I'm talking about, man? It's your partner, man. Who? You know what I'm talking about? It's your partner, man. Who? You know what I'm talking about? It's your partner, man. Who? You know what I'm talking about? It's your partner, man. Who? Man, it was good with the people. How is y'all doing on this material moves Monday, man? You say material moves Monday. What you talking about, bro? We gonna get into it. But before we do that, what's good, people like hee ha ha. You know what I'm talking about? Ken in the pen, man. All my folks incarcerated, all my folks who ain't, man. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on top of that thing. Keep that head up. Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. Did I say Ken in the pen, man? If I didn't, go get that stick up in stores, man. You go get you some of 76 MacArthur Giants liquors. What I'm talking about, 82nd Hillside Barbershop. They say somebody put them in their stores in the hundreds. Thank you, man. You know you come get them from me. But if all else fails, man, go grab you some of them things off of Amazon, man. Make sure you copy you a hardback. You know what I'm talking about? Look, bro, got something for them dry lips today, man. Candy cane. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? You say, whoever say candy cane. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man, world round, man. You know what I'm talking about? Swing that finger, you know, man. Worldwide Incorporated, man. Worldwide INC, man. I ain't gonna say what that mean. I'm gonna say, hey. You know what I'm talking about? It mean everybody, bro. You say, what? Hey. Everybody included, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And Dugu, Mike, Lil Rude, not Lil Rude, Lil Rude. You know what I'm talking about? Tata, the player, that's who comes next, man. Special shots out, go to Tata, man. You know what I'm talking about? Get well soon, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, get on well soon, man. Get back to the mob, man. You know what I'm talking about? But that one right there, man, y'all know my thing, man. I don't promote no drug users, no drug sellage, no alcohol consumption, no don't take a sip of the sippers. I don't promote nothing. I don't promote no crime. I don't promote no violence. I don't promote no domestic violence. Keep your hands off them people. You know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no negativity. No, man. All I promote is y'all go ahead, do what you gonna do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you find the right thing to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen. We don't know how much of it we got, man. But you know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, man, I ain't prejudiced. No, man. Good brother like myself, man, I ain't got nothing against the sexually different, man. Good brother like myself, man, I ain't got nothing against nobody. You know what I'm talking about? They was talking to me, man. I just love me some everybody. As a matter of fact, I'm on quest. You know what I'm talking about? Bring that peace. You know what I'm talking about? That Jew. You know what I'm talking about? That love. Who'd you say, bro? That love. Back to YouTube community, man. You with me? Come on over here, man. You know what I'm talking about? All right, check it out. Fuck with a nigga one time, man. You know what I'm talking about? Man, what's good with the people, man? How is you doing out there, man? How is y'all doing on this material moves Monday? They say material moves Monday. What you talking about, bro? That just right there, material moves. You know what I'm talking about? Now this gonna go a whole bunch of ways, man. Y'all know how Bray is, real versatile with his game. You know what I'm talking about? But material moves, folks. Yeah, material moves, man. And on some real shit, us as people, a lot of us, we have lost ourselves trying to bust material moves. You say, what, bro? Yeah, man, material moves like, cause we crazy as a motherfucker just as people. And they kind of got you rigged like this, but at a point in time, bro, it's on you to see what is, and what ain't. You know what I'm talking about? But you know, just like they be doing with Christmas or Thanksgiving or, you know what I'm talking about, just all them special holidays, bro. They got you geared up, man. You done made a plan for one day. They say, what, bro? You done made a plan for one day. So you done did hella shit, bruh, to plan this one day. And as people, we good for that. You say good for what, bruh? Planning for one day. You been to put yourself 2 years back planning for one day. Like how we be doing on Christmas. You ain't even tripping and going into debt to get this one day out the way. And a lot of times we be doing that one day, it don't even be about us. It be about everybody else. You know what I'm talking about? Material moves. That's why you don't do that, man. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know how many motherfuckers I done seen spend so much money, and it was like, this is nigga, if you spend some money for yourself, bro, go ahead, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Enjoy the moment. But when you doing this shit to impress other people, bro, that shit always gonna backfire on you. It's different if you get other people to spend some money to impress other people, unless you gonna owe them afterwards or whatever. That's different if somebody just trying to splurge on you. You know what I mean? Some shit like that, nigga. But for you, material moves Monday. For you to come up with all this extravagant shit, trying to have the best party there is, so you can act like you really have fun at this motherfucker. A lot of times that shit don't, or every time, I'm talking about people I know in real life, you know what I'm talking about? That shit ain't never went well for them, folks. You know what I'm talking about? They were still upset. And then at the end of the whole thing, bruh, they didn't do nothing but gripe about how much money they spend and didn't nobody appreciate what they was doing and all that shit right there, folks. Material moves Monday. And I done seen this shit with everything, folks. Weddings, parties, birthday parties. Just I done seen this shit with hella shit, bruh. To where somebody, instead of you really getting what you want, you trying to design your event to shit on people. So it's a bunch of shit you didn't even want. You just wanted to get some shit so you could brag about it. And a lot of times in real life, when I seen that shit, it never really panned out well. Because at the end of the day, motherfuckers just always end up complaining about how much money they spent and how nobody else didn't appreciate their event or something. How somebody didn't show up or all that shit. Because we be doing all this shit really to stun on. I don't know who we be wanting to stun on that we think gonna come, but we be doing all this shit really. It be one person, two people, you know what I'm talking about, that we be trying to nail. Look at me now. You know what I'm talking about? I done seen it too many times. I done seen the motherfucker build this whole party around some shit like that and the person didn't even show up. So you got to stun on everybody but the person you wanted to, so it didn't even mean nothing to you. You didn't even have fun, you get what I'm saying? And we gotta cut that shit out right there. Yeah. But that one day, instead of us acting like somehow, because we good for this, we act like Christmas is more important than today. We act like a birthday is more important than right now. You know what I'm talking about? So what we would do, man, we don't never make plans and shit for right now. And this is why that shit dangerous. Like you plan for one day, just to live one day, and that one day gonna be over. You know what I'm talking about? You be better off planning each day. You know what I'm talking about? You be better off just planning what you're gonna do for each day. You know what I'm talking about? Treat every day, man, like it's your motherfucking birthday. That's why they say that. You know what I'm talking about? Because what if you don't see your birthday? I mean, today was just a waste. Nah, folks, we got some fucked up thinking. That's how you never appreciate today. That's why a lot of us is never grateful for the day. And we always get caught up putting big draws on some shit that you might not even see, folks. You know what I'm talking about? But we just good for that as people. Material moves. So just, and a lot of times that's how we put ourselves behind the needle. Behind game. That's how we put ourselves behind game, busting material moves. You know how like when you buy them shoes you don't really need, you ain't really got the money to spend for the motherfuckers right now, but if you just had these on with that sweatsuit you got, you gonna kill them and all that shit right there, bro. A lot of that shit right there is what put us behind. You know what I'm talking about? That's why if you knew like I knew, or this is just my philosophy, you don't have to agree with it. You better off buying a lottery ticket than you is a purse. Than you is a belt. You say, why is that, bro? Because at least with that lottery ticket comes hope. You have a possibility to win. You know what I'm talking about? You have a possibility to quadruple and what's the next word after that? Your money. You know what I'm talking about? The lottery ticket is hope. You know what I'm talking about? That person, that belt is just for show. You know what I'm talking about? That motherfucker's not going to increase in value. Matter of fact, as soon as you buy a lot of this shit, it decreases in value. So you've been to pay $3,500 for something that you only could sell for $400. You know what I'm talking about? You didn't really, in actuality, took a $3,100 loss. You get what I'm saying? It's like that. Your shit depreciate. A lot of this shit that we be buying. Because we ain't got no sense. Or just looking at this shit, one of the biggest hoaxes and shit that we be doing is buying all these old diamonds that don't be worth nothing. We be buying shit that ain't worth shit. We just buy a lot of shit that really ain't worth shit. That's why a lot of that shit, when you buy it, all them custom pieces and shit, that shit depreciates. You know what I'm talking about? You might can sell the gold, melt that shit down or something, but like a lot of us don't even be having gold. You know what I'm talking about? We be having all that shit that don't be worth nobody. I seen that shit in one of them stores. Like, this was hella long ago, too. This was like in the 2000s. I told you I was walking with one of them little youngsters that be fascinated by all that, back then, what was it? Versace jewelry and all that shit, man. That man went to go asking people, bruh, that jewelry just, and that shit was ridiculous amount of money, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? And the jewelry wasn't even real, bruh. It was just basically they were selling their name. But when the nigga got to talking to him, like, that shit wasn't even real. And that's crazy, bruh. It's just like, you know what I'm talking about? What I say, material moves, folks. We bust way too many of them. We want to be accepted so bad, bruh, that we would sit there and spend a ridiculous amount of money on fake shit. Like I said, bruh, you better off buying some real Walmart pants than you is some fake designer. I've actually seen that in real life. That's where I got that saying from, bruh. I watched a nigga with some fake designer tees, a nigga about some real Walmart pants, folks. And that shit, just the psychological of that shit is crazy as a motherfucker, bruh. Material moves Monday. Yeah, material moves Monday, man. Don't get caught up in them. Especially you little nephews, man. Y'all gone with that shit. The little nephews and niecey poos, that's all y'all wanted to, man. I was telling my the member of one of my people and shit. It's like going to, I told you I got a lot of females and shit in my family. They be liking going to them concerts and shit. And I just asked her because she was trying to go to a Drake concert. You know what I'm talking about? And that's all she wanted to do. She went. You know what I'm talking about? She went. But like, I just told her, I say 2 days from that Drake concert, you gonna wish you had that $500-$600. And guess what? Yeah, 2 days after the shit you went to, because we I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. We put too much into one day. And I think that psychological got you threw off, bro. I do. Y'all will sit there, nigga, you could have hella fun today. You could have had the most fun you had in your life today. And then when your birthday came, you didn't have no fun, and you would act like it's a difference. You'll act like you just, man, we crazy with that. You get what I'm saying? Or Christmas or something. We don't get what we want for Christmas. You just got what you really wanted 4 days ago, but you wanted something else and you didn't get it for Christmas. It's like we weird, bruh. We put too much on them days. By putting too much on them days, it had you missing out on just the average day you live, bruh. Like, we act like Christmas, Thanksgiving, I don't know, Memorial Day, nigga, Veterans Day, Easter. We act like all that shit is more important than right now. You know what I'm talking about? This is the most important day you gonna live, because this is the one you in right now, folks. I mean, you could act like, nigga, I'm gonna have the baddest Easter party. You might not even see, you know what I mean? That shit really ain't up to you. You get what I'm saying? I mean, it's always good to plan. It's always good to know what you're gonna do. It's always good to have multiple things. Like, okay, if this don't work, that's always good. I'm not saying that, bro. What I'm saying is, we put too much on one day. We act like that one day is more important than the days leading up to that one day. So we just overlook shit that we do in a regular day. You know what I'm talking about? You'll win $1 million right now, and for some reason can't wait till your birthday. Your birthday might be next year, bruh. But for some reason in your mind, you just wanted $1 million on your birthday. You ain't gonna even be happy. You thinking about your birthday and you got $1 million right now, nigga. Please, bruh. You gonna think it was my birthday? Yeah, you gonna think it was my birthday? You know what I'm talking about? I ain't gonna say, bruh, why you got on them gators? You know what I'm talking about? You say gator? No, I ain't talking about the shoes. I'm talking about real alligators. You know what I'm talking about, bruh, walking in the hall, alligator. You know what I'm talking about, with my toes sticking out with the mouth open like this, nigga, my toes wiggling, nigga, you know what I'm talking about, out the Crocs mouth, you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna show you niggas the definition of Crocs. They gonna say, bro, how'd you get them alligators? Then guess what a nigga gonna ask you? How much you pay for them? You niggas so straight on the comic book, nigga. Nephew says old man, old lady. Nephew says old man, old lady. Nigga, man, where you get them from? Nigga, the swamp, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, I got these from the swamp, nigga. After the Florida game, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, after the Florida game, nigga. I got these out the swamp, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? They made them on the field. You know what I'm talking about, nigga? I got these out the swamp, nigga. That nigga still gonna ask you some shit like that. Nigga allergic to animals. Nigga still gonna ask you where you get them from. How much them cost? You know what I'm talking about? They just need to know. You know what I'm talking about? They just need to know. Then you gonna have another nigga try to go get him some crock. He gonna have the baby alligators though. You know what I'm talking about? He gonna have some alligators though. He gonna have the baby ones though. They ain't that big. You know what I'm talking about? Anything you can do, a nigga gonna do right behind you. I ain't bullshitting. You just don't know how many trends you can start yourself. Cause on this material moves, man, that's the one thing I wanna tell y'all, man. Y'all be out here, and this is one of the biggest problems with society to me. This is just my opinion. You ain't gotta agree with me. You don't realize your shit is classic until somebody else recognize it, bruh. And that's just the wrong mentality to have, folks. It just is. That's the wrong mentality to have, folks. You can't have that mentality. You just can't. They say, bruh, why you can't have that mentality? Because, all right, I'm gonna give y'all favorite people. Tupac, Dear Mama, right? Classical song, one of the most classical songs there is. You know what I'm talking about? Now, if that song wouldn't have been popping like that, but it would still been the same song, does that make it any less classical? You know what I'm talking about? It don't. It's the same song, bruh. So don't let nobody else, like, because a lot of us, you know what I'm talking about? I gotta throw myself in there. Be out here doing great shit, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? And just because you might not be the fan favorite motherfucker and all that shit right there, bruh, you can't let that shit deter you, bruh. You can't think any less of your work, bruh. Because a lot of people, not just me, be a lot of people out here doing classical shit. You got to know that it's classical though. Don't let nobody tell you something. Then that's when you feel good about your shit. And I think a lot of people suffer from that right there, bro. It's like you don't think your shit good until somebody give you credit for it, bro. You know these people out here haters, bro. You know what I'm talking about? These people ain't gonna give you credit until you become popular. You know what I'm talking about? That's when they gonna want to start hanging around and acting like they been fucking with you, bro. But if you ain't popular, they gonna ignore you just like they ignore everybody else. You know what I'm talking about? Who ain't popular? But don't think no less of your shit, man. Because there'll be a lot of people out here with good shit, man. And just because everybody ain't on that shit and that ain't what they talking about or whatever, don't make that shit no less great, bro. That shit's still great. You know what I'm talking about? So that's the curiosity I got about the fat bitches. See, y'all think I just be teasing motherfuckers about their stomach and shit. I don't, bro. Just like motherfuckers with Crocs or any other that shit, tight pants. I just had a curiosity, because I remember when motherfuckers was embarrassed to be big. Then all of a sudden, they said it's cool to be big, and that's when you got confidence. That shit fake to me right there. Because if it becomes uncool to be big again, you're not gonna be walking around with that confidence. Why can somebody else tell you how to feel about yourself? That's just the part I don't get. You know what I'm talking about? You should have had that same confidence. This is all I'm saying is when it wasn't cool to be big. You know what I'm talking about? When y'all wasn't running around, when y'all was trying to hide all that shit, that group of stomach and shit you got. When you wasn't trying to show that shit, you wasn't proud of that shit. What I'm saying is if you really felt that way, how you walking around now about yourself, you should have just been walking around like that. You know what I'm talking about? Just like if you like tight pants, your shit should have been tight. You shouldn't have waited till everybody start wearing tight pants. You get what I'm saying? Or Crocs or whatever they doing now, man. Everybody else should make you want to do something. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm saying you supposed to have that confidence in yourself. You should have been wearing Crocs when motherfuckers was capping on niggas. Calling them hospital slippers and shit. It was calling motherfuckers clogs and all that shit. Cause you used to see motherfuckers who used to have them long ass jobs, them 16-hour jobs and shit, sometimes have shoes like them hospital people and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Motherfuckers used to but what I'm saying is we got a following ass mentality. Material moves Monday. And don't you get caught up in that shit, bruh. Because if you don't, we gonna be like the rest of the world out here, bruh. You just gonna have a bunch of shit that you probably can't even pay for. You gonna have to hide half that shit. And you just cause buying shit, bruh, you just gonna put yourself like that's what we don't get as people, cause the moment, and I mean the moment, man, we be getting money, we just buy something, we give ourselves another bill. You get what I'm saying? Especially you motherfuckers that just be stuck in Facebook and Instagram and all that shit, and we be having them invisible competitions with everybody else. The moment they get something, here we go. You know what I'm talking about? Us that be doing all that shit right there, we you know what I'm talking about? I mean, it's cool. You might have a lot of shit, and I'm not telling you don't do what you want to do, buy what you want to buy, and all that. I'm gonna say don't let buying shit put you behind the needle, bruh. Just don't do that, bro. Don't let your psychological be, if they got one, I gotta have one. All that keeping up with the Joneses and all that other shit, motherfuckers, we be out here doing, bro. Just like I said, we good to plan for one day. We don't give a fuck if we broke up into this one day, as long as we could be good on this one day and we cool. We could be broke for the rest of the year again. That's a crazy ass psychological, folks. We shouldn't live for one day. You know what I'm talking about? The goal should be to be able to live every day like that one day. We be trying to put big draws on. And I've always told people that if you ever fuck with me, man, I ain't never been the one that like to wait for taxes, even though that should be cool sometimes, especially if you broke. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't saying there ain't nothing wrong with that shit, but I ain't never been the one that like to wait to have to buy shit, bruh. I've always preached that, bruh. You should try to just put yourself in a position where you ain't got to wait to buy shit. You should just be able to buy what you want to buy. We living in the world you really want to live in. It shouldn't be no wait. It should just be like what we need or what we want. You feel me? But somebody know about the secret. OG gonna ease up in here on me. Yeah, man. Material moves. Monday. Just like some other material that's gonna be on subject, but switching gears. It's just like that Bible material. You know, I'm talking about the different kind of material moves we be busting, bruh. Because I see this shit so much on Sunday too. But I see this shit so much in the world where everybody, just everywhere I've been, and this is what I wanted to tell y'all too. A lot of this shit I be talking about is so crazy because no matter where I've been, I done seen different people do it. That's why they say no matter where you go, it's gonna be the same people with just a different face. Cause you either good people or you bad people, bruh. You either scandalous, but like everywhere you go, you gonna run into the same type of person, bruh, with a different face. Behaviors don't change. And that's what I be trying to tell y'all, man. Because in the end, bruh, whatever you believe in, whatever you do, this is what I believe. You don't have to agree with me. What it comes down to me, bruh, is how you treat people. The people you come across in life, bruh, how you treat people. Because you can say what you want to, you can believe what you want to, bruh. To me, it's based on how you treat people, bruh. Do you treat people, that's what makes you righteous or not to me. The things you do. Because you could talk a good one, you could talk all this shit, and when it comes to the real life, you shitty. And a lot of you people that be using the church material is like that. But y'all go around y'all will put a guilt trip of God on people, but it's something you mad about. This ain't really what God said or something. You'll take God's words and make them mean what you mean. And a lot of us use that Bible material for manipulation and guilt trips and shit to put on other people to make them feel like they're going to be punished by God or this is some worldly sin and all that shit. When ain't no sin different from another one, bruh. Lying ain't no different from adultery. You know what I'm talking about? Stealing ain't no different from killing. Killing ain't no different from stealing, bruh. Sin is sin. It ain't no bigger sin or worse sin than the next. All that shit equals the same amount, bruh. Sin is a sin. It ain't no little sins and big sins, bruh. It's just sin. You get what I'm saying? But we get caught up trying to make your sin bigger than the ones we indulging in. And we good for that. We really don't help, bruh. We just confuse one another, folks. I ain't bullshitting with you. It really don't even be no love around this motherfucker. It don't. And that's what's fucked up. I was just thinking about that last night, bro. Do you realize back in the day with all the shit you had to go through, nigga, you could come in the house, man. You fuck around and get a hug. You know what I'm talking about? You fuck around and get a hug, nigga. That hug make you forget about all the nigga. That hug make you forget about nigga all the cruelties of the world and shit, bro. It ain't even no love no more. You know what I'm talking about? That one hug, nigga, make you forget. It just make you feel secure again. You know what I'm talking about? Give you the strength to keep on fighting. Man, you can't even get that from your people no more. We don't even shake hands and hug no more, bro. We just mug each other. Get your hand out my pocket, nigga ass shit. This shit crazy too, bro. That's a motherfucker. But material moves, bro. Don't get caught up in them that gospel material, that spiritual material that motherfuckers be trying to throw your way. Try to make it seem like you the one that's doing wrong by God and all that. Don't get caught up in that shit, bro. Don't let nobody else listen, bro. If you doing something wrong, like the results will show up in your life. Don't let nobody else tell you you're doing nothing wrong, bro. If you're doing something wrong, like you going like wrong results are going to happen in your life. You get what I'm saying? Don't get caught up on living your life by other people's opinion on what they think you should do and all that shit. Because that's just what we good for now. You know what I'm talking about? Material moves on Monday. And just don't get caught up trying to keep up with the Joneses and the in crowd and shit, bro. Stop living for one day, folks. All that work and shit you put in, bro, put that shit in every day. Just wake up what you got to work with and what you can accomplish, bro. And put that shit right there to work. Think about everything you can do, bro. You get what I'm saying? And just do that shit every day, folks. Stop wasting your time for one day, and when you do that shit that one day, then you complain about that one day. You can't wait till the next one day. Come on, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? But just thinking of stuff will put you behind, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Just thinking for stuff, you only have stuff. You get what I'm saying? You ain't gonna have nothing else but stuff. You know what I'm talking about? And I ain't talking about your everyday essentials and shit. I'm talking about all you motherfuckers. You ever notice, like, because when you want to do something, you'll do that shit quick as a motherfucker, bro. And that's where I think the psychological is all. Like, you grinding, you want this, I don't know, toy, car, anything, nigga. You'll sit there and you'll put a plan together to get that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Then once you get that shit, then I guess your plan skills just release. You just happy you got that. You got to use that same type of strategy and all that shit right there you used and determination you use to go get that shit you want. You got to use that shit in your life. And you got to find a way to funnel that shit into your everyday living, bruh. Because there's people we skip over the shit that to be grateful about to get to the shit to complain about. And if you just, I ain't gonna even say focus more, but if you just even thought about more of the shit to be grateful for, you'll think less about the shit to complain about. You know what I'm talking about? But what do I know? Only you can prevent forest fires, man. And with that right there, you don't remember nothing now. Always remember, man, it don't cost nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Just to show a little bit of that love, man. It's your partner worldwide in this motherfucker, man. Hint.